Righty, guys, welcome back. So, we're into day number 2 prep. So, yesterday, got our morning walk done, just like we're doing right now, getting our steps in. That was the cardio talk laid over the workout you saw yesterday. So, that is our old routine that I was doing. Laid over that first video there. So starting today, you're going to see the clips of the new routine I'm doing. And what we're going to be doing here is just recording multiple sets, multiple working sets. So probably 2 or 3 sets of each movement. And however long those clips kind of work out to is how long we're going to try to put the video to, basically. So these videos will probably be about 10 minutes. So if you guys could hit that like and subscribe, follow button, help me out quite a bit. Try to build this channel and help this grow together, right? So we're all basically starting. I mean, I've been training, but this is square zero as per competing, right? I'm doing my first ever prep to do a true novice show because I've never competed. So with that, you guys are going to go through and with me learn what works and also, unfortunately, learn what isn't working all at the same time, which is just kind of scary feeling, you know? We're doing things that aren't working. That's giving up time where I should be making progress in some sort of way. So it's going to be a big learning curve, real fast learning curve. But yesterday, we weighed in 221.75. This morning, 220.25. So down a pound and a half in that first day here, which, you know, starting the deficit and everything, your first week into 2 weeks, you're going to drop a lot pretty quick, right? Because you're giving up all the snack food, all the processed stuff, and you're increasing your water, so you're moving things out of your body a whole lot faster. So it should be expected that I should drop quite a few pounds here pretty quickly in the very beginning, which that's kind of the goal, right? If I spread it out evenly every single week, I've got to lose like 1.75 pounds every single week leading into this event. But as we all know, the longer you diet for, the slower that weight comes off. So, here in the beginning, if we can get to having a decent head start per se, is the way I'll put it, a larger jump into that weight loss, then what that ends up doing is it reduces that average per week that we have to lose. So if, say, here at the beginning, I can lose 3 pounds a week for, I don't know, the first 5 to 6 weeks, then that's obviously doubled that initial progress. Almost doubled, like 2.5 times it or so. So that means in the ending weeks, you know, because we'll start out high, then we'll hit that average for a little while, and then moving into the end of it, we'll only have to lose, you know, 0.75 pounds, 0.5 pound a week coming into the end, which one makes it a lot more desirable because then you're not having to cut out as many calories and or do as much cardio at the end. I mean, granted, the amount of cardio we'll be doing at the end is going to be a lot. So right now, I do the 4.25 mile walk, morning, afternoon time. Then I get about another mile or so in throughout the day, just walking around the house, doing some personal chore stuff, and going to the gym adds up as well into that total step count, right? So now later into the prep, I'm sure I'm going to be adding in a second cardio session. Now, is it going to have to be as much as this first one? Maybe towards the end, hopefully not. I'm hoping basically towards the end, we'll be able to maybe get away with doing an extra 30 or 40 minutes, but not a whole nother hour and 15, hour and 20. So if I could only have to add another 2 miles total to my day, that would be great. But we'll see. We don't know. We're not there yet. And then also too, instead of maybe doing just pure steps, we'll add in doing the stair stepper for the second cardio session, because that will burns some calories, as well as, you know, get a little leg work in, a little calf work, since we are going to be reducing that to a single day in our rotation. Now, still kind of working out how I'm going to do the rotation. As you'll see today, the video is just a straight shoulder day. And man, my shoulders, they feel fatigued today. They feel good. Nothing's really sore. My trap's a little tender, but that's good. That means I hit exactly what I needed to hit. Sorry, somebody turned down the street that just had an insanely loud little Honda. It wasn't like modified, it was just like the exhaust manifold was broken on it. But with that, you know, we are trying to work on the shoulders specifically. We're trying to get some more lat work specifically. And I definitely want to work on upper chest and biceps. So we are going to have some almost a bro split, I think. It's going to be the way to go here, to where we're getting specific muscle days. But I've got to kind of figure out how many rest days I'm going to put in here. Because, I mean, really, shoulders are intensive, right? But they heal up pretty quick. Same with, like, arms. So, is it worth, per se, actually having a rest day if I'm doing just strictly a shoulder and arm day, right? Like, or do I just kind of, it's things I got to think about, right? So training block is going to be very thought out, and initially probably going to be moving things around and how I'm doing it. Because if I do shoulders, right, I go hit chest today, the front delt's definitely going to get beat on. If I go do back today, I'm pretty sure, you know, there's going to be some rear delt engagement there. But since it's mostly kind of lat focused, and I'm not really shooting towards trap work per se. Since I did shrugs yesterday, I don't need to do shrugs today. So I feel like back would actually be a more effective day to day. Because if my rear delt's already fatigued, right, then I can make sure that when I'm getting into the rear delt, I'm going to notice it more. Because they're going to be a little tired. And they're not going to help the lats and the rhomboids and inner traps really move things, which normally that's not a problem anyways. all those muscle groups kind of take over the rear delt and make it hard to hit it. So I'm thinking it's going to have to go shoulder to back. Then we could go ahead and hit a nice solid chest day. And then since we want to do a leg day, one a week, it could be a leg day there. But then by the time that rolls around, the shoulders are going to be fresh. And I need to hit arms. So, because the other days are so intensive and fairly long, hitting arms at the end, I'm already tired and fatigued. If I hit arms before those movements, I'm giving up energy and ATP and everything else before I hit that muscle. So, I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. But with that, this video has already ran a little longer than what I know the clips are. So, make sure you're out there working on your goals, getting your stuff done. Most of all, just don't be a lazy fuck.